Hello and welcome, world of the interwebs. I'm the one, the only Militello. I'm joined, almost as always, by good old Doofin of the Schmertzes and Paige of the Utonians. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing pretty good. Doof said a different thing than what he normally says. I don't remember what he normally says, but it's not bad.
I think last week I switched it up.
No, last week you didn't, because I picked up on it a while ago. Because in every video or anything when Mike asks how we're doing, and in the podcast, you always say, it's not too bad. It's either that one or pretty good. Something like that. I think it's not too bad, though.
Yep. Anyways, welcome everybody to Professionally Amateur Show. You know how it goes. We say random shit. We're here to piss off people and tell you guys what's on our mind. And we're not PC about it. And let the fist come rolling via the interwebs.
I like how Mike says we're not PC, and then as soon as I get on one little tangent about Canada or Israel or Hungary, all of a sudden we got to shut it down.
Because I know we're going into rant territory. It's going to be a 5-hour podcast. That's why.
Look, all I'm saying is some historical figures might have had it right, and we're just now figuring it out.
Such as...
Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Let the internet go wild with it. It's fine. There's no way they could make it any worse than what I'm going to say on accident.
Oh, so the update here. Still no fucking internet. I'm out of hotspot. I begun eating the dog. Out of boredom. No, I watched the first episode of The Cabin with Bert Kreischer, and he ordered an emu. Like, he thought he ordered just the meat, and the cooler showed up on his front porch. It was legit just a dead bird in a cooler. So, like, they're talking about field dressing it, and Tom's way too fucking excited to do it. He's like, yeah, I want to do it. Breaks out a fucking chainsaw. So they cut into the stomach, I guess, or into the colon, I mean. And Joey Diaz starts walking up right when they do that and just starts fucking reeking. So they had to call the guy who owned the meat place that they got it from and had to have it finish it. Like, oh my god, you guys butchered it.
Not a good way, though. Like, you butchered it bad. I feel like the only time that's a good phrase is like somebody whose whole life is like, I sell meat and meat-related products, and they say, like, you butchered this? It's like, I did a fucking good job. But anywhere else, it's like, you fucked this up real bad. Like, you butchered this.
Oh, God. No, everything's been going pretty well here. I think either next week or the following week, my band starts the next track for the album we're working on, which will be nice. Which also means I have to sit down and relearn all these fucking songs.
So are you guys going to go through the whole album thing, or are you just doing it song by song right now?
So right now we're doing song by song. So we have one done, and once we hit 4 songs, we're going to decide whether we want to do a full-length album or do an EP. Because it gets expensive, and if anything, we could like just release the first 4 as together, and then just toss those on the full-length album afterwards. But the thing is, when you get 2 people splitting the price of recording, it gets kind of pricey. Once you get 4 people, or even 5, it's like, that's no problem. I can afford to do like a song a week.
Well, wasn't it like $50 or like $100 per person for?
So if there's 2 of us, so the total price is $100. So you split that up. Right now it's just 2 of us.
Yeah.
So that's $50 a song. And then that adds up pretty quick.
Well, that's $200 for you just doing those 4 songs right there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Whereas for a full 10 song album, it's going to cost me $250, but that's going to be spread out also to do 10 songs.
Yeah, that's not as bad.
Yeah, and then not to mention, it usually takes me about 4 to 5 hours to do vocals.
Oh, to get them all cleaned up, or just to get it right, that recording?
Just to get them in key. Because I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer at all.
To be fair,
To be fair,
To be fair,
to be fair.
to be fair, Doof, you got to do the thing.
Dude, you got to do it.
No,
One day we'll get
one
him.
day.
But like I was saying, I think a lot of people, not like completely unproduced music, unless it's live, but like kind of that more like, I don't want to say like garagey sound, but like unproduced or like unmastered kind of sound you guys have when you sing and stuff, especially like at your live shows that I've been to. It sounds a lot better. I think the only reason why it kind of like doesn't mix completely is like once you master the music, it's kind of hard to master your voice or kind of like produce your voice so it matches the music if you're not trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and for the vocals, like that's why it takes me so many fucking takes. Because then very minimal stuff goes on there. Usually there's a little bit of reverb on there. And then after that, it's just like the actual mixing and mastering to get all the levels right, and so it fits in its right slot there in the song. Also, it's all shit that's well over my head. I wish I could have gone to school for music, but
Dude, you want to know what's crazy? Is right out here, just up the road from my parents' house. I think it might still be there, but I'm pretty sure the year you left, it right after that it closed. But there was a Sound Institute research facility. Like all they did was study like sound waves and stuff. And like thinking about it now, and after realizing like what they did, I'm like 100% sure you could have gone there, but like, hey, can I play music and you guys could just like use it for study stuff, and they would have done it for free. Like just let you record a whole bunch of shit.
oh yeah, probably that
Because
would be perfect.
It was a tiny little satellite facility, and it got put out. I can't remember if they were like supposed to be testing like soundproofing stuff with whatever was like being recorded, but it was like a little like maybe like 4 like not cubicle, but like 4 office room buildings. Like it maybe had like a main entryway and then like 4 little rooms. Yeah. But it was right next to the freeway, and I think they were measuring like how much sound they could cancel from the freeway coming into the building. I just never went in there and thought about it because it looked and sounded like a lot fancier than someone like me should ever be involved with.
Well, like right here, like the place I'm at isn't ideal for miking things up, and since we do live drums on it, so it's not completely live drums. What we do is we mic up the drum set, and then our producer goes in and he clicks in each beat in the computer throughout the whole song. So that takes a while. So then he takes the live drums and the punched in drums and fuses them in together to balance them so that you have the live drums, but you also have those like program drums in there also, but it still has that live aspect in them. But the thing is, I'm not sure if you guys can hear right now, but there's a lot of fucking echo in here. We have tile floor. The walls aren't as bare anymore. My fucking hooks finally came in last week. So I got the guitars up there, and then now I need to get some. I'm gonna put some posters up, and then like to surround the posters, I'm either gonna get some of that soundproofing foam or just like get some of that cheap bedding foam for the like top layer and just cut that up and put it around.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, because it doesn't need to be crazy thick or anything, but
yeah,
I know a lot of people like the way it looks, but I'm not too worried.
Well, I'm thinking about getting just like a going to get like a 1/4 inch, not plywood board, but like they've got I can't remember what it is. It's just like regular paneling wood, but it's like you can buy it like so it's only like a 1/4 inch, so that way like it's not heavy or anything, but it won't like bend. And then like if you, I don't know if you want to put like in here, I'm just gonna put it like up in the corner, so I can set it like up against the wall and it's out of the way, and you won't notice that it's really there. Like when we do any recordings or anything, I can set it up so it's like behind it, so like if there's any echo. But I've been busy trying to unfuck the crawl space.
Well, the thing right now is mainly because there's a bunch of hollow tile here, so that makes it real bad. But I have a rug now in the middle of the room, which helps out a little bit, and then I do have like some other stuff around here, which helps beat it down a little bit. But the big thing right now is the walls and the tile.
Yeah.
If I get another rug like for like right here behind me, I think that should take care of a lot because we got the drum set on a rug there just to keep it in place. Then we got one in the center. Then I'll have one over here that'll cover majority of the tile, and then I'll have it set up. I'll have posters up there, which will do less carry less vibration than the drywall, and then I'll have the foam around there also help cancel out a little bit there. And then after that, I'm not too worried about what the ceiling's doing. So
That makes sense.
yeah, so it's all coming along. Right now, the main focus is get internet, and it's just a waiting game. So it's still under construction. So
Well,
let me tell you, as soon as we get internet, we're fucking hitting it hard, everybody. Fucking hitting it hard.
I assumed as much. I'm gonna start doing like not 3 on 3 off completely, but like I'll do the recordings for like so we'll do like our recording and streaming thing at a regular time, and I'll be there. But I'm only gonna be doing like the clipping and whatnot, like the later half of the week or something like that, or like every other weekend, because I know I burnt myself out the first go around because I was just like into it. Like I was stoked to do it and it was a lot of fun, but then like right after you lost the internet and everything, and like I started getting back to work, I got like a do better email like, hey, all this shit for like a hot minute's been fucked up and your name's all over it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. I wasn't showing up at 100% every day, but right on. Like I didn't mean to, and I was genuinely trying, but I think it was just one of those like I get caught up like clipping one video or something like that, you know? And then I'd like look at the time and be like, oh fuck, like it's 1 a.m, I better go to bed. Or like I'd be having issues with like DaVinci and stuff, and I just couldn't figure it out. And like I try and watch videos, but they weren't like fixing the issue I had. And then like 2 a.m. or like 1 a.m. again, I'm like, well, like this is just gonna have to wait. Like there's nothing I can do. Or like DaVinci's like, hey, go ahead and reinstall me real quick, pal. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, like I think this last podcast when you messaged me, you're like, hey, is this gonna be up? It was like right after, like in that same podcast I asked you for help with DaVinci, and I forgot about it. We all took off, and then as soon as I closed Discord, I just looked at my desktop and there was no fucking DaVinci. I was like, oh shit. So the rest of the night, I was just sitting there like trying to reinstall, and like it would like reinstall and open up, and like everything's saved, and then I go to like export it, and then I just have an error and completely crash. And so finally, I just closed it, went back to Blackmagic Design, and reinstalled the whole thing. Oh my god, it was such a pain. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm so bad. I don't know. I think there's just a gremlin that follows me around. I'm so bad with technology. It's not even funny. Like,
the podcast's been doing pretty good though. I mean, we're spreading to other regions. I think we got France and Singapore on the listening list. Yep. And then I think I can announce it now. I don't know when the actual podcast is going to go up because I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm recording it with them sometime next month. It's a movie review podcast, and I got to choose the movie. They told me to give them like 4 or 5, and I gave them 4 or 5, and then they picked one. So I'm doing a movie review with these guys of Pirate Radio, or if you're in the UK, it's called The Boat That Rocked, which is a movie about back in the days over in the UK when they had the crazy strict radio laws. And this boat was floating out in international waters, and rock music wasn't quite allowed mainstream. So they broadcasted it out that way. And it's a fucking great... I need to watch it again because I haven't seen it in like probably 10 years. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I've heard about that movie, and it's a pretty good story. But on a very serious note, because this subject has come up a lot with the commentators and whatnot I listen to, but hear me out. And don't say no till you hear the whole idea, all right?
If it's OnlyFans, it's no, so.
No, it's even better than OnlyFans. It's like badass better than OnlyFans. And it happens in real life, not like in the internet. Even better than that.
Okay. I need to go do shit in the real world? Okay. Let's hear it. I'm ready.
Private Battleship.
Wait, what?
Privately owned, between the 3 of us, Battleship.
How do you do that?
Dude, you just...
People.
So we just get out this big-ass loan that we don't have to pay because we'll be living in international waters.
Like an actual battleship, not the game.
Whole-ass battleship. Like, big-ass, like, long boat with, like, landing craft and everything. Go fuck yourself, big battleship. Right? Now, that's not the whole plan. Right?
Who's paying for this?
We're going to get a big loan from a dumb bank, and then we'll go out to...
Not with my name, you're not. I can't... My credit's garbage.
Chill out. Okay? Hear me out. Then we go out to international waters, and guess who's coming to collect that loan? Fuck all nobody. The bank ain't going out there. It's a building. It can't leave dry land.
I get seasick.
Well, we'll get you a
You
hammock.
get a
And
big
then
enough
they'll be like,
boat.
You out?
you obviously don't
Stop,
have the waves
dude.
out in the ocean yet. But yes,
Dude, don't help me.
Mike, no, stop. Hear me out. We'll buy you a hammock and then put up hanging clouds from your little ceiling, so that way it'll be like you're looking up at the sky, and the hammock. So as the boat's moving, the hammock does it, and then it's like you're on dry land taking a little naparoony, right?
And I'm just gonna live in this just this hammock.
What? No, you'll walk around and eventually, we'll like baby steps. You'll get your sea legs, right? But that's not even the whole thing. So private battleship, okay?
Okay.
We go out privateering for whatever government will hire us, and just fuck
Okay.
shit up.
I don't
But-
like this idea.
No, wait, no, it's not finished. I got one last part. We only allow them to pay us in gold, precious metals, and jewels. And I gotta have an eye patch or a fancy hat with maybe like a feather.
So you want to go be a pirate?
I don't even fucking know the
no.
boat's name.
No, not a pirate. If you get paid by a government to do it, you're a privateer, which makes it legal, sort of, in a weird, like, pseudo not legal way.
So like mercenary pirates.
Privateers, you gotta say privateers. Otherwise, like the international whatever government thing, like they get mad at you. But if you're a privateer, then technically you're not doing
But
anything
can't-
wrong.
Even in international waters, can't the UN come after you?
No, because they can go suck this knob, and if they get close, you know what we have?
Battleship.
You put
A
fucking battleship.
three-man ship.
No,
A
we'll get
three-man ship.
No,
We couldn't even
no.
do that in Sea of Thieves.
No, hear me out.
What
Even
makes
better though. Stop. No, it works out really well because one, how many disgruntled veterans do you know? And two, we'll just sell to Somalia and be like, "Yo, there's food on here, and you're not getting paid." How many people are gonna flood that boat to do whatever they can, whenever they can, with AKs they picked out for whatever last genocide they were involved in? That's why. Plus, it'll have like 40mm cannons, and nobody wants to get like remotely close to those, or like 105mm cannons. Don't downvote me. Upvote it. That's a great idea. Look,
No, it's a terrible idea. Dude,
Yes, it
it
is.
took us how many hours just to get the website like kind of going?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
What do you mean you fucking broke it?
Let's see if it's back up.
Dude,
No, it's down.
right on.
I just checked it this morning. What'd you do?
I broke it like 10 minutes ago trying to do something.
Oh my god, what'd you do? What were you trying to do? Because it was looking good. Like, I was just gonna give you some little suggestions, but apparently you need to fix the whole damn thing.
It has something to do with the SSL cert.
I don't know. For those of you guys who don't know, after the last podcast, no, it wasn't even after the last podcast. It was this weekend.
Yeah, not even on our
dude-
meeting time. Just ran like on a Saturday at like 1. We just got like an emergency meeting. No, it was at 3. An emergency meeting on like a Saturday.
And the three of us sat down and discussed it, pros and cons, and we have a website. I'll give you that link. Should I give them the link? Are you gonna have it fixed by the time this goes out, or?
I'm reading the error message now, so it'll probably be done by the end of the podcast. Right back up.
Just refresh till it works.
Yeah.
Militello.live. You guys can check out all of my content. All of it. All of our stuff. It's going to have my Twitch stuff, YouTube, the podcast, my social media pages, links to all that, the Discord. And once I get my band's music going, we're going to toss that up there as well for you guys to go ahead and check that out. And I think I'm going to set up a merch store there.
I guess I can
You know
just
what,
link
Dad?
to your Stream Elements stuff. That'd be the easiest.
Perfect.
See,
Perfect. And then we can set up the Patreon on there too.
you know, this would have been. I like the website. I think it's great, but I feel like we would have gotten so much more traffic if we'd gone with professionally amateur.gay. We would have had the entirety of the gay community flooding our website.
No,
Do you have-
no, I'm
Yes,
I have family that have the same name.
Professional amateur dot gay is their last name. They're googling themselves all the time with that. No.
Whose name is all over that website, dude?
Mike's.
You're lucky I'm not all over
There,
your
there you
face.
fucking go. And comments like that is why we'll never be .gay.
Comments like that are exactly why we should have been dot gay. The moment I
and by the
saw.
way, no, whoever has Militello.com, you can go fuck yourself. You need to release that shit so that I can have it. Militello, everything is up for grabs except for Militello.com. Like the same spelling. A lot of famous people, well, not a lot, but the famous people who do have the name Militello have a different spelling. But for my spelling, somebody in my family, I don't know who you are, please go let that shit go. You're not using it for anything. I'm trying to run a fucking business here. Please let it go. But until then, we'll let you know when it changes if it does. But until then, we are Militello.live.
Militello.live.gay.
Wait a second. What is this?
Oh, registration error. I didn't know you could get like an error or like a fine for not registering something on the internet. I thought it was like the wild, wild west. Like you just put some shit in and did stuff.
So with domains, you have something called a whois. So domains are attached to normally people or businesses. So you can see who's registered them. There's who is protected.
Who registered it? Who the fuck registered it?
Actually, someone from Michigan. It doesn't say who exactly, but it does list a business.
What's the business?
Best Irrigation.
Best Irrigation?
We're going to go fill all of his trenches in.
Wait, where in Michigan?
Troy.
You know what? What, Mike? I'm thinking of a plan, and it involves the hockey team that we name every year. And what do we name our hockey team every year?
The Geezers.
Oh, I thought it was the Molotovs.
No, Molotovs was new this last year.
Oh.
Every other year, we've been the Geezers.
Oh, yeah, because the Geezer and the Whippersnapper, our WWE team that never came to fruition because you've got bad knees and I've got a bad back. It's really the Geezer and his friend, the slightly less Geezer.
Basically.
Dude, I was thinking about it and I was like, if I went to WWE, I would never be famous because I'm too small and people would be like, what the fuck is wrong with that circus clown they got? But then on top of that, like my back is so bad, they would throw me off like a ladder or whatever, and I get up and like do the like I'm hurt, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's faking." I'm like, "No, like I'm really hurt. Someone break this up and get me out of here." Oh fuck!
I got a new lamp.
Great segue.
No, sorry, I was playing with it. That's what I got my phone plugged into right now. But
you got your phone plugged into a lamp?
Yeah.
We're
so technology things.
We're so trashy, dude. Oh my god, I still have to like. So we got the washer and dryer, and I still need to fucking put a pigtail on the end of it, and I'm so scared I'm gonna shock myself. Not because it's plugged in, just because it's wires. Like it's not plugged in. Like it can be plugged in to do this, but I'm just scared that like the washer somehow gonna shock. Like it's gonna have like a battery in it for whatever reason, and just shock the shit out of me. I hate wires.
What I'm worried about is once they set up the internet here, because I'm gonna have to do like a year contract, I'm guessing. But Emily and I are already talking about moving after she finishes college, and I'm worried about how long it's gonna take. Talking about Tennessee right now.
Ooh, you hate the heat, and Tennessee is hot as fuck.
But the biggest music scene right now is Texas and Nashville. Yeah.
Nashville's been a big scene for a while. It's just now that it's all the other music besides like country and bluegrass. It's getting
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything else is getting big out there right now. So I don't know. Hopefully the album will be done, and we'll see how that plays out here. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Are you guys looking for
anybody who wants to be a guest guitarist on this next song we're working on? Let me know. Let us know. Comment or however you reach out to us. Doof, did you get that phone line set up?
No, did you see the Discord I guess this morning?
No.
That's why.
What happened this? I can't see what happened this morning.
So I have to set up a Google Voice account, but I already have one set up with my phone number. So
Mhm.
I need the
Let's use Pages.
code that was sent to you. Well, you know, you could do that.
Oh, is that why that code was sent to me?
Mike didn't
I
even
thought
push it.
somebody
He
was
just
trying
got
to hack my
like
account.
Mike just got an authentication code. It was like,
Yeah.
It's probably not important and everything.
Well, I was thinking, well, they don't have the code, so they can't break in.
That's not how that works at all.
Oh, well.
They're just guessing passwords.
At
Like,
least
I'm
I,
not- the
at least
only
I know
things that
it's safe with Dupe.
no, like the only things about technology I kind of understand is like when someone's doing something bad. Like I get far enough along with that, I'm like, oh, this guy's trying to steal from me. I should probably not do this anymore. Like I couldn't explain to you like entirely how they do it, but I could be like looking at it, I'd be like, yeah, no, that guy's like trying to steal your shit and whatnot. That's why that's going on.
All right. Hey, Dupe, if you want to try setting that up, and then I'll just give you the code over this. Because by the time this goes out, that code will be expired, so.
Hang on, I have to reset it up. You're gonna get a new code probably.
Yeah, and then I'll just tell you over here. And like I said, by the time the podcast goes out, then that code will be void. So, there we go. And then we got that. We got the website, guys. I'm telling you, we're working hard for you guys. Well, Doof is, and Doof's working really hard for you guys, and I'm just thinking of ideas.
Mike's the brainchild. Well, I mean, I've got some pretty good ideas, but they're just a little bit too big for this. Ramshackle group of dudes. Dude,
All right.
if we get big, fuck the ranch. Battleship. Battleship. I gotta think of like a piratey name for it that's like fancy. Because like a
the
pirate
Jolly
ship,
Long Tip.
the Jolly Long Tip would be good for like a pirate ship, but if we're gonna have a privateer ship, you know what I think we should call it?
What?
I don't know yet. It's gonna have something with bell end.
You can pick a number.
Sir
I don't
Bell
care.
End.
Just pick
No.
one.
No, we gotta find like a good number that like works. Like something that like you remember.
That's the problem is you
I do like 6047. I don't know why, but I like that one. But I'm not definite on it. I just like how the numbers look, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
on it.
I was kind of partial to this one too.
Okay, fine.
See, Mike,
Works for me.
the numbers have to look right. Otherwise, people won't call it.
Hang
It's a
on.
good thing we're not recording this. Otherwise, we get fucking spammed immediately.
Yeah, I know, right? So I was just gonna ask.
Not
you
even
if
real
you
phone
thought
numbers.
about
It's
it, and I
just
thought
people
about
put
it.
on that. What do they call it? It's like Phone Blast or Scam Blast or something. There's a site you can go to and you type in someone's phone number, and they'll get a phone call like every 60 seconds, and all it does is play like music and someone reciting a poem, and then like just like a dial-up tone, and then it just calls them back one after the other to just drive up whatever cost to whoever they are.
Oh,
It's like if you hate a business, you can call their toll-free number.
818. Damn it, it went away. Paige was talking. 818-299.
Hope nobody breaks into our phone number.
That's the
It's
OTC.
it's just a one time. Yeah. There we go. So it's all set.
Can you call me?
Yep. Yeah. What's your number? Probably don't want to say it over the podcast, do you?
No, not really. We almost got there. Not too many beers deep yet. I caught myself. See? This is why I said privateer ship or privateer battleship, not pirate ship. Makes us semi-legal. Come on.
Oh yeah, I set this up too.
I don't know what this is. Oh, we're loading
I
in.
don't know.
That's just your.
He's showing us something, everybody. Doof is showing us computer Google stuff right now. I don't understand. You sent me an email? I don't check my email.
Oh, never mind. I'll show you later.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, give us a call at 231-753-6047. Leave us a voicemail with any questions, comments, concerns you have regarding any of the streaming, the YouTube, the podcast, any of that, leave us a message, and then we'll go ahead and check that. And yeah,
Or text.
You wanna-
It does text too.
or text it, whichever. I prefer you guys called, just so we can hear our beautiful fans. Please call us in English.
No. Don't say anything. Exactly whatever you speak, say that, and then at the very mind, say,
I think
fuck you, Doofenshmirtz, and suck it, Mike, by the
There
battleship.
we go. You have to
I
finish
think-
each one with "fuck you, Doofenshmirtz."
Google translates, so it does this auto, whatever, or transcribes. So I mean, we could try to run it through Google Translate.
Okay.
That's gets close, at least.
It'll get us
I hope.
in the relative direction.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I always wanted to have a phone line there set up. So if you guys call throughout the week, we'll go ahead and run through as many as we can, depending on how big it picks up there. And then we'll answer your questions and all that. And if you guys call at the right time that we record the podcast, we might even just answer and bullshit with you for a little bit. In which case, Duke, get ready with that bleep button just in case.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
We're not bleeping anything. Oh, hold on one sec.
No.
Tori let the dogs out, and now I gotta, let them in because they're upset.
Tell
And
her I'm
possibly
upset with
else
her.
in the chat. I'm not 100% sure.
Tell her I'm upset with her.
Okay.
Oh well, that's awesome. We got some cool stuff rolling for you guys, and it's a very community based thing we're trying to have. Well, I'm trying to have here, and I want to get you guys involved as much as we can, and I think this is one step closer. But we're gonna, as soon as Doof does fix the website, you guys will be able to go on there. Like I said, check out everything, and I'm gonna try getting that merch store up there as well for you guys. And after we're done with the podcast today, Doof and I are gonna sit down and set up a Patreon for you guys. I think it depends. It depends on how much I piss off Doof if he's gonna do things. Since I have to video chat through my phone for all this, but it's good. It's all good. Dang it! No, there was something I wanted to bring up. I can't remember. Oh, I don't know if I brought this up last week, but did you hear that Rick Moranis got punched in the face in New York City?
I think you did bring that up last week.
Did I? Oh man, I was talking with somebody. I think I was talking with Emily about it today. The guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Like, that guy's in his 60s for starters. He's Canadian. And just like a nice old man. And somebody just decked him in the fucking face. Like, why? I have no fucking idea. But it just shows how much our world is just going to shit. And I'm just sitting back and watching the fire burn, you know? Paige, did you tell her I'm
Yep.
disappointed in her?
No, I don't even know if she's awake right now. I'm pretty sure she was streaming earlier, but she might have quit and
She's
just
streaming?
gone straight to bed. She's still streaming?
I think so. Yeah, she's on mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Go tell
normally
her I'm disappointed
Fucking
in her.
ads.
she yells at me to say thank you for letting her dog in, but then also it's just a constant blur of noises and her shouting at people for not doing exactly what she was thinking, but also not telling them what she was thinking. You know,
Guys, so everybody here soon enough, we're hoping to have the Bashful Doctor on our podcast, but it's really hard to set up, even though she lives
8 feet
10
away.
feet
from me.
away. Yeah.
Not even 10. 8 feet. 8 feet away from
Like-
where I live, there's Doc.
No,
And
away from where you're sitting.
this whole stretch of the hall, it's 8 feet. The hallway itself is 10 feet, and because she's in the middle, it's only 8 feet from either side. When I go to shit, it's kind of weird because I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I remember when Mike used to yell at me because my shits are dad dumps. They just fucking stink. I mark my territory real good, and I immediately open the window and spray for
And
me.
then, of course, my door is right fucking next to it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That probably explains
But,
why I've been smelling a lot more perfume and whatnot from that room than normal.
I got I'm telling you, I can't wait to get this internet set up. Like, I know I keep like hounding on it, but I'm so fucking excited. I'm ready to start fucking streaming again. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. We're gonna play
It's
all the
kind of-
games, all of them,
All of them, every one of them.
all of them, every single one of them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could do without that fucking tone.
What tone?
Bus
Who-
Simulator.
Why am I
Full
getting a
week
weird
straight.
echo? Mike?
I don't know.
Not
I
me.
have headphones plugged directly in. It's not me.
Nobody say anything. It's you, Mike.
Yeah, it
You
is.
hear it? Fuck me.
Oh.
Fucking baby back bullshit.
Well,
How's that?
hello? Yeah, we're good.
Seems good.
Good, because I ain't doing shit again.
I know you're not.
So what you guys been up to this week? I ain't talked to you guys all week, so.
Doof.
Not a whole lot. Work, class, homework.
Your life is very sad.
Yeah, it is.
exactly. But we're glad you're
Well-
here.
Yeah.
We're just gonna jump ahead of the potential suicide thoughts and everything, and like the depression, and so, you know, we value you as a person, and we want you here. Please don't leave us, violently or not.
Seeing your beautiful face is the highlight of my week.
Seeing a
Yeah.
beautiful bird is the highlight of my week.
Coming
Aww.
off here soon. Majority of it.
What's
at
coming
least.
off?
Majority of the beard.
Are you going with a handlebar mustache?
No, I'm just basically taking all that off.
So you're gonna get mutton chops?
Not really.
Just keep the
trim it down.
sideburns long, but just trim the middle there.
I have an interview coming up probably the end of November, early December. So
If you walk into that interview with mutton chops, do you know how big they will think your dick is? They'll be like, nobody has had that hairstyle since the 1800s, and this man walked in here and just fucking dropped his dick on the desk with it. Okay. Like, you're hired, sir. We've seen enough. You obviously have the confidence to get this done.
No, as soon as you guys see me, like, because I go clean shaven for interviews, or I go goatee. You guys know I'm doing an interview then here soon. It means I either got fired or I just decided to find a different job.
I think now, because beards are becoming real popular, but also because yours is usually well groomed, if you just got it like trimmed up around the sides, you could go in like that and people be like, oh, he's bald. He's just trying to make up for it.
So like
I think
today I didn't like groom it or anything because I've been sick around the house last like 2-3 days. But yeah, I usually try to every month or so. I go into the barber over in Petoskey there, and he does a pretty good job of just like cleaning it up without actually like trimming it. Where he'll just like cut like the strays that are hanging here and there.
Well, that's what
And
I
I
mean
don't
by
have to
kind
wear a
of.
mask in there too, so it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to trim it up with the mask on.
Dude, the only reason I go to the barber shop and get this trimmed up without doing it myself is for the sole fact, like, oh, you don't have to put your mask on for intro computer. I'm like, right on. That's what I like to
Yeah.
hear.
Like I'll trim up like the top part here myself. It's just the bottom. I don't trust my. I'll do the neck. Well, I don't do the neck anymore since you can't see it anyways.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, because it gets really scratchy there after you shave, like a couple days later. But then it'll like the rest of your face there. It hits the eventual point there where like it's not itchy at all anymore, and which the bottom part here is kind of getting to that point.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired of all the mask bullshit. I got tired of it early, but I was like, well, the virus still is like a bad thing. And then I kept going. I was like, so this isn't as bad as we thought it was, and we still have to do all this dumb shit. And now I'm kind of like, any place it's like, hey, you need to have a mask on. I'm like, okay. Remind me next time. I'm like, okay. Fucking-
No, at work there, because I wear the one where it looks like just like my face. They sent out an email at the end of the week, well, mid last week, where I have to have a brand new mask every day. Like I can't keep reusing that one. So now I had to go buy those fucking paper ones there, and those are meant for like clean shaven faces. So like it slides up my beard into my eyes all fucking day.
Yep. Well, like, so they finally gave us like an option to like go back to work, like I was saying, but like it's kind of like weird what the rules are and everything. And so the state of Utah had to change. So all of Utah except for Salt Lake City and like Salt Lake County opened up completely. They're like, "Fuck it, we don't care," and just went for it. Like 100%, they just sent it. But because Salt Lake City,
Did cases spike?
huh?
Did cases end up spiking then, or?
They spiked here in Salt Lake County, but no other county. Like Salt Lake City is the only place that cases spiked, but at the same time, they've been having this weird like Palestinian liberation rally, which is mind-boggling to me. Like why that's happening here? Like what? I get like you have feelings about it, but at the same time, like you're not even like on the same set of continents that Palestine's on. So, and like,
No,
and they're not. Like the other thing that blows me away about it too is it's like the Palestinians, like the what is it, Palestinian and Socialist Liberation something or Liberty Front or something like that. It's like you have front in your name, so obviously you're doing illegal things behind what everyone sees. But
behind the front.
yeah, exactly. But so like it's this whole like Palestinian liberation thing, but at the same time, like they've been protesting like all the wildest shit that I've seen in the state of Utah ever. Like they got upset about, I can't remember what happened, but there's some dude in Salt Lake City that got shot, but they're like, oh, he didn't deserve to die. It's like he took a dude hostage at knife point. What the fuck do you mean he didn't deserve to die? Like what? At what? Like at what point?
To me.
Exactly. Like, and it's like, because at first, like, I heard him like rallying against it. I was like, that's really weird that this Palestinian group that's like trying to like free Palestine is protesting this. But like, good on him. Cops should have shot while like I had hostage. And then like I saw the video and I was like, that's not even remotely close to anything they said. But like they've been painting like the streets with like red paint, but they never buy enough to actually like cover the streets. So there's just these like weird, like kind of like filled out like spaces that they like had something they were gonna write but just didn't, and then eventually just turns to, well, paint red hands on that building, and it's like I think like 3 different times they tried to like go for the building the attorney general or whatever works in, and they got the wrong building. So like there was like a Chase Bank that got like marked up with handprints like free whatever.
Can't they just Google map that and find it?
No, it's in English, not Palestinian or whatever. So I guess not. I don't know. And like, so after hearing about it, I started following the Instagram they have for them. And dude, this shit is so like they'll like post pictures like these like learning rallies they have or whatever. But like they go to a park and like teach people about stuff, and like 18 people will show up. Like, how the fuck do like 140 people show up when you have these rallies? But like you have these like learning seminars. People are like, we're not breaking shit. I don't want to be there.
They're working.
The entirety of your. I wouldn't say working. The people I've seen at these things don't scream steady income at all. They don't even scream shift worker.
Our governor's just focusing on trying not to get kidnapped right now.
I heard about Whitmer. Yeah. Yeah, that shit.
I think it's hilarious Michigan's finally making the news like across the country, but it's not for anything good, and it all involves our governor.
Dude, other state, like, people here, like in Utah and shit, will talk about it. Like, you hear about that bitch in Michigan? I'm like, oh, you're talking about Whitmer? Like, yeah, that's what her name is. And I'm like, what do you think she was? And they're like, call her the Grinch and like all kinds of funny shit like that. Because her first name's like Gretchen or something. I don't know.
Gretchen,
but
yeah.
But that dude. So it was like June-ish, July-ish that I started hearing about her. Like a lot from people that like I worked with and like was like friends with. They're like, oh, did you hear about what like the dude, like the chick in Michigan's doing? And I was like, yeah, I've been like paying attention for a while. And they're like, it's crazy, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty wild, huh? I'm like, yeah. Do you think like they're like, because like a lot of like friends of mine and stuff been thinking about like moving out to Utah as if though like this is they've been trying to move out. Like it's really conservative here, and I'm like scared that they're not going to do the appropriate thing. It's like, oh, okay, where are you going to move? And like Michigan was one of the places they mentioned. Like I don't think I can move there and like survive. I'm like, oh, crazy. Like you didn't like Utah, but you want to move someplace that's a little bit more, you know, a little bit darker or purple.
You say that, and you look at, well, you can't see us right now, but you look at the three of us, you can tell which two are from Michigan here. Fucking two of us look like fucking mountain men here.
Oh, yeah.
Minus the fact that I might die without a beanie outside. But no, dude, like, it was a group of, I want to say they said it was like either 8 or 12, something like that.
They're slowly getting more and more. I think they're up to 14 now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
finding
getting
more and
arrested.
more people that were behind this. But you
Yeah,
look at
so-
like the two main guys who set everything up.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
holy inbred looking. Yes. Oh,
there was
my
5 initial people that were like actually like coordinating everything.
Dude, bring up their mugshots real quick.
Yeah,
I think they're
Well,
called
so,
like
like-
the Wolverine Militia or something like that.
yeah. Well,
They're all from the UP too, I think, or at least the
Some are from
majority of them
Wisconsin.
setting them up.
Some
Why?
are from-
That's my cousin Cletus.
no, dude.
We gotta
Like,
help him back there in the sticks.
Every part of this story, like the entirety of it, is batshit fucking crazy. Like, not like crazy, like I can't believe they got away with it. Crazy, but like every little piece of it, like coming from like the mainstream media and like supplementary news sources and independent media, every part that I've gathered has just been like another like, are we fucking for real right now? So there's like 5 main guys. Yeah. So this dude right here with like the big
Okay.
loopy ears, they
Bottom
claimed-
two. The bottom two on the left are the main guys. Yeah. The one who
Yeah.
can't look you, neither one can look you directly in the eye with both eyes. They're looking at you and like a tree off to the west.
Yeah. Well, you want to hear the wildest part about all of this? So this militia group that these guys came and talked to about it was infiltrated by an FBI agent. And you know who put out the push for these guys to kidnap Governor Whitmer? The FBI agent.
Who?
So the FBI created this entire thing. Like it was all their fault that like pushed them along with it, like talked them into it.
So what happened was they had all these ideas about doing all this stuff, and somebody actually went to the FBI in the group because they said, "Oh, let's bomb some police stations too."
No,
What
the militia already had an FBI informant within them. Like not an FBI agent, but there was like an actual informant, and he got the push to like put it in their ear, like keep like egging it on. So like a lot of these militias, when you hear them do like crazy violent shit, a lot of time the feds have infiltrated, and they're the ones that are trying to get them to do this crazy wild shit, so that way they have someone to arrest and basically justify their existence.
Now they're even more zoomed in. Those goofy looking fuckers.
Yeah, it's,
Oh my god. See, I
Dude,
told you
you're
I
the
can
governor.
run for governor here.
dude, your governor looks like she's batshit fucking insane.
I didn't
I mean,
think anything she did was wrong.
Huh?
I mean,
I don't think anything she did is wrong.
Governor Whitmer?
Yeah.
The state court like ruled that basically everything she's implemented has been unconstitutional since the get. So
And then everything was repealed, and then the medical board of Michigan enacted everything, and then everything's back to normal. What she did.
dude,
Well,
I have,
so-
like legit. I still do the same shit I do every day. I mean, because I don't leave the house already as it is. But
yeah.
There we go, okay. But no, I told you I could run for fucking governor. I got this.
Well, so if you go back to like the picture of like all those guys that we had before, so
Mhm.
all through like the mainstream media and whatnot, a lot of them were saying that this was like a right wing terror organization, like not even a right wing militia, straight up right wing terror organization. So if you look at this dude on the bottom in the middle with the big loopy gauged earring lobes, like you could tell he had giant fucking gauges in there. So they have videos and like pictures of this dude with like anarchist flags and shit like that behind him, like nothing that you would ever consider to be like remotely right wing. And they're claiming that like this dude was like just pretending his entire life to not be right wing to do this. And it's like, what? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like this bitch is so obnoxious, this Whitmer chick, that the people that like are supposed to be on her side are like, get this fucking cunt out of here. We are tired of it. We're done. Like just fucking.
Not me.
A heads up, everybody. If you guys do want to see what these guys look like, just go to Google and look up Governor Whitmore kidnapping and go to images, and they're going to pull you up a bunch of different lists. And the list seems to keep growing every week of how many people are actually behind this. But yeah, just trying to kidnap her. I don't know what their plans were to do afterwards. Oh, she looks pretty happy about it in that one. Still smiling.
Oh, did you see her?
No,
She went on some talk show to like do an interview about it, and she had 86-45, and like the internet went wild with 86-45 means kill the president because 86 is a reference to killing, and 45 is a reference to the 45th president, which is the current president. I'm like, I guess there's this whole argument about numbers. It's like we all know like what was going on and like what the sentiment was, but like it was like with children's blocks, you know, like the ABC 1, 2, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And so at the same time, it's like I get it, but at the same time, like it's just such a dumb little thing.
I mean, like, it's hard to say what anybody else would do in that situation. I mean, it's not quite like war combat or anything like that, but from any political stance, especially with what's going on right now, you hit that point of, oh my God, I got to deal with this shit. Especially if you were one like,
Yeah.
I was just expecting a nice, easy one. Like, if you can keep steady on the gas while you're in office and just keep things afloat, just keep consistent there, good on you. You know, you didn't fuck anything up. But then you get something like this. I didn't even know who our governor was. I
Yeah.
thought we still had fucking Granholm. She was 2 governors ago, apparently.
You have to be a real shitty politician for people to like that don't vote or get politically involved to know your name, or you have to be really, really good to do something amazing for people to learn your name. And nobody ever gives a fuck who a governor or like a state senator is until they fuck up real hard or they do something crazy amazing. There's never like a situation where like they just bump into you like, oh hey, I'm State Senator Joe
like-
Schmo, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even know that's what you did. You know what I mean?
Like, who was that? Giuliani for New York City, the mayor, right?
Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, he was mayor in New York City, right?
That's no, I maybe, but I'm pretty sure right now he's just acting as the president's attorney.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about this is probably like I want to say back in the '90s, maybe early 2000s. But
I remember
everybody says that he like cleaned up New York City like crazy, and
Yeah, I think Giuliani. Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
you're right.
and so something like that, something good. Whereas something like this, all of a sudden, it seems like our governor was doing worse for some reason, or it could just come down to fucking how people interpret things. Whereas people going fucking crazy sitting in their homes, and then
No, they found out that she forced nursing homes that weren't
Mhm.
prepared to accept like sick patients to accept like so non-elderly patients, but like people that got like the COVIDs. She's like
Mhm.
put them in nursing homes. The nursing homes like we can't like we don't have the space or ability to handle them. She's like fucking you're taking them. That's the end of it. Because I think Michigan like per capita or something like that has like the highest not the highest infection rate, but like the highest death toll per infection something or whatever. Michigan has.
proud
so
of that. I'm proud of that.
Good, but a big.
We know
portion,
when to die.
well, like a big portion of it though was like so like in New York, like you hear a lot of people shout about it, but New York's a little bit bigger, and like nobody really likes that Cuomo dude because his brother's kind of a cunt, and he's also kind of a cunt. But Governor Cuomo from New York put in some order, whatever, that nursing homes would have to accept COVID patients, but I think it was like registered, like licensed nursing homes. So they had like medical abilities.
Training,
So, like,
yeah.
so like there's like assisted living centers, I think is like the distinction in Michigan. So like there's assisted living and then like nursing homes. And one of them, it's like we have people that have medical training, but we're not licensed as like a medical care facility. But like the other one
Yeah,
is.
that's what my mom lived in. And there'd be a specific nurse who they would have, I think a certain number of them that would show up on different days and like just go through and check on certain people there on certain days, depending on the ones that did need it or didn't need it. But there wasn't like a medical person there at all times. There was somebody there to check people in and out and distribute the mail into the correct box, basically.
Yeah, so like from what my understanding is from kind of like listening to some of the stuff that was explained is there's like a licensed like assisted care living or like nursing home, and that's like we have medical staff that we like pay and they're here all times to do their medical thing. And then the other one is like assisted care living. It's like we have people to help, that work like the elderly, and some of them have medical training. We seek that out, but we're not licensed by the state to actually like provide specific medical care on like a routine basis. And
Exactly. Where it's not somebody who's specifically employed by them, but might be
Right.
like contracted, I guess, kind of in an aspect of which that they can work through them, kind of.
Yeah, and it's like
it gets really confusing with that whole setup there for it too.
Yeah, and so the issue was Whitmer said any like assisted care and like nursing home kind of thing, licensed or not, is going to accept old people, and so a bunch of these places like we're not like we don't we don't have any of the anything like the space, the equipment, the training to do any of this. And she said, I don't give a fuck, put them in there. And so a majority
Put 'em
like
in
if you
Duke's
look,
house.
yeah, all of the crack house.
Hey, Duke's house is not the crack house.
Sorry,
Every
the
house around his is the crack house.
Exactly, one of those ones. Yeah,
So
but
it's
no.
New York and then Florida that leads death per infection.
New York sounds right.
Death per infection or death per capita? Because Michigan has one of the highest death per capitas related to COVID, I believe. But yeah, so
I mean,
but yeah,
biggest death total, I would totally be New York.
Yeah.
Sounds correct. But
yeah, but that's a larger population.
No, it's just per cases.
Yeah.
Per cases.
Michigan has 73 deaths per cases, or 73 deaths per. What is it? Hang on.
It's not per case because you can't have 73. That math doesn't work, right?
One dude gets infected and then 73 other people died.
Die in a car accident. Oh, he had
Exactly.
COVID though. That's what got him. Oh shit. No, I mean it's like I was saying though. It gets hard once you get in that situation because especially COVID is such a curveball to throw at people, and it's like riding your bike and putting a stick in the front spokes there, going down a big old hill. Like everybody's gonna brace differently, but there's no 100% correct way to do it. You know.
Yeah.
And it's something I don't want to do. So I'll run for governor once COVID's done.
I've got a theory about why government's so fucking terrible and inefficient at everything.
Psychopaths.
That's part of it, but that's like
People
top tier.
Alzheimer's in office.
Well, no, like hear me out. So like I was listening to something, and someone explained like the D and C students that kind of like do whatever they want and just do enough to pass like whatever the authority or like regulated industry or whatever wants them to do to pass. They do that and then go do their own thing. Well, a lot of those students become entrepreneurs. It's like a lot of dropouts and whatnot that get real big. Like they become entrepreneurs. A lot of them are deadbeats, but like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and all them and whatnot. Well, I don't know.
And Militello.
Exactly. But basically, like because C&D students do what they want, they're more likely to become entrepreneurs because they kind of just follow their own drum and just do enough to pass like what the regulatory authority says they have to do. And that's why they start a lot of businesses. Well, because A students are the best at like completing tasks and doing what they're told, they go and work for the kids that start their own businesses because they're the best at it. They're not gonna go off and do their own thing and like break the mold by any means, but they're gonna go and fit into the mold you need. So like if you need an accountant, you're gonna get the A+, did the best in his class accountant, right?
Yeah.
Well, B students, they don't get the best jobs at a lot of these businesses, but they're also the best at following rules and everything. So a lot of times they'll run for office and get government jobs because they're so shitty at everything else. They just can't get the top tier thing. But government, there's no one else competing. They're the best in government because they're not a straight A student, but nobody else is in government. You know what I mean? And so the reason why government's so shitty is because that like mid tier, I can't do anything on my own, but at the same time, I'm not the best at doing what everyone else wants. Is the person who like runs for office and gets government jobs. They just don't give a fuck about anything. Like they give enough to like get recognition, but they're not giving a fuck to like make themselves feel good, I guess, you know?
I'm telling you, America, I'm the politician that you guys need. I'm not the one you want, but I'm the one you need.
You want someone to drop some fat meaty clackers down on Putin's desk, be like, look, bitch, this is what's happening. We're going to go fight Xi Jinping or Ding Dong Ling or Wang Dangpang.
I saw this picture the other day. It's the best picture. What's Putin's political rivals, like Alexei something?
Alexei Poroshenko?
Yeah.
I haven't had internet for weeks, so I have no idea.
Poroshenko's the only Russian last name that I know. So I just threw that one out there. It could be completely wrong.
He after he was poisoned by some bad tea, per se.
Wait, Putin or Alexei?
Alexei.
Okay. Yeah.
He took a picture of like I don't know where he was hiding somewhere. Not hiding, but he was like exiled or something. sitting right next to like a balcony with a cup of tea. So like, yep, I'm all good, or something like that. So it's like, 'cause, people in Russia, they fall out of windows.
Don't give a fuck.
Dude, nothing in Russia. Like, I don't think those people have the ability to feel more. They just kind of like, well, today's today, I guess. Very good, comrade. Today, we do what today says. It's like, oh, okay.
Like, if
what happens if you get shot? Well, then I guess I get shot. No longer have to worry. It's good day, comrade. Like, oh, okay.
Like,
what about your potatoes?
If I went to Russia, I feel like I would just come back depressed and explain to people like it was cold and it smelled like soup everywhere I went.
I would have a fucking blast in Russia. I don't know what I'd get into, but I'd find some shit to get into.
See, shit like this is why we can't go with every idea that Paige comes up with.
What? Because I'd have a great time in Russia. I'd find stuff to do. Okay, my bad. My bad for wanting to live a little.
No. You gotta do it within your means, bud. Live a little in Utah.
I live a lot in Utah. Like, a majority of my life. Technically speaking, the majority of my life has been in Utah.
That's real sad. I'm sorry, bud. It's all good. How about this? Let's set up the stream house in Tennessee.
Okay, that's fine. But it's got to be a big plot of land, and we have to dig a pit, and I want berms.
We'll get to that.
Okay. And when we dig the pit, I want to drive the tractor a little bit until it gets scary because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. 5 minutes. You got it.
No, it's going to be a lot longer than that. Maybe like 20 minutes. But once the pit gets deep enough, and like I have to build the ridge to come up and down, or like the ramp out of the dirt,
then close to.
Then we'll hire someone who knows what's going on, because 100%. Like, I get that they just like pile up dirt, but like there's a way they do it so it doesn't like come apart when the machine goes down.
What about you, Doof? You down for the stream house in Tennessee?
I've thought about living in Tennessee.
Oh. And I know Kat would be down.
So, would we live like in Nashville proper? Because that sounds like very, very urbanized. Suburbs. Hear me out.
Suburbs. Not like full out of town, but just a little bit out of town, like in a cul-de-sac.
Well, can we move someplace that's like a little less populated in the suburbs, like an actual like ranch house? Like,
maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
We gotta see what the prices are out there and make sure we can all find jobs. Are you bringing Doc with you then?
I'll ask, but like, hey, if we get a place in Tennessee and like all the shit's like secure, do you want to move out there?
I'm sure she can find a Pizza Hut out there.
Well, so like I don't know about you two, but for me, the company I work with, they've got like different dealers all over, and like the specific jobs I've done before, it wouldn't be easy, or like it wouldn't be hard for me to move and like contact one of them and be like, hey, I do this very specific job. Would you like me to?
Mine, I can not get transferred, but I can work at basically any hospital now.
Yeah.
Especially now the medical field is in fucking booming demand.
Yeah. And then Doof does computer stuff, so it doesn't even really matter if he like if he gets a job, it's like I'm really gonna do like editing 4 hours, but if he doesn't, it's like I guess I've got 12 hours to kill. I may as well just knock all this out. So either way, it works out for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, we're just gonna do this though. If it does start to pick up and we can make some money off of it.
Yeah.
So
well, the only reason I say like ranch house style or like out more countryside versus suburbs is one, like you fucking hate every neighbor you've ever met, and most of them you haven't met and you still hated.
No, I like the one we had out there, the grumpy old man right next to us. Like when you're facing the house, like if you're standing outside of the school there and you're facing your house there, to the left. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's really nice and loves talking to people. The only reason he didn't is because he said your roommate seemed a little bit upset about being out here, and he didn't want to engage with you.
Oh, he was a great neighbor. That's what I look for in a neighbor. I haven't talked to any of our neighbors here yet. We're spread out enough to where.
But that's what
I don't know where the next house is that way.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a golf course there, and then some creepy guy. There's an old couple there, and then their creepy grandson who lives in a RV behind them.
Okay, that's unsettling.
Who has a thing for Emily? So.
Yeah, you gotta buy her. something that's got a little bit of stopping power.
Oh, she got a Jeep. It'll work.
Okay. You know what? You guys know what's best for you, I guess. I just want to hear the best and see the best for you, but if you know what's best for you, go for it, I guess. It's beyond me at that point.
I think that's good stopping point right there, don't you, boys?
Been talking about running a man over with a Jeep because he's
Yeah.
creepy and might want to molest Emily. Yeah, it's a super great stopping point.
I'll give you an update next week on it.
Next week, if Michael be like, update, Emily's still here. Jeep's a little bit dented, but it's running just fine. They're like, oh, fuck, what she hit? Be like, no, not a person. She just ran into one of those little parking poles that tell you to stop here. Jesus, fuck. Oh. How long have we been going? Like an hour and a half?
About an hour? No, about an hour.
Only about an hour? No.
Mhm.
I thought it was a little bit longer. Is your phone about to die, Mike? Is that why we're calling it a stopping point?
No. Emily and I have a movie night every night, and she knows that when I'm done doing the podcast on Tuesday, she gets to stop studying. So that makes her pretty happy.
It sounds like
Stop.
I'm clapping to all of our listeners, but it's
Stop.
a different noise.
Stop.
That's the noise of big, meaty balls clacking together.
Stop. Her parents listen to this. Stop.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry, Emily's parents. But Mike has big balls.
No.
Dude, my mom listens to this. She say all kinds of wild shit all the time. So I kind of feel like this one is okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, because there won't be another one.
Okay, well, there has to be. Like, this is part of the plan to make money and do stuff, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But in
Yeah,
all
I
honesty, if they are listening, she's a very lovely young woman, and she makes me very happy.
She sounds nice to me.
Duke's
for
met
you.
her twice, no?
Yeah, for a few seconds.
Yeah, for a few seconds. Yeah, it was basically only like an hour or two on the first time, but second time it was for like a couple minutes because she had work that night. But and Cat approves, so
Well, there you go. You got a woman approving another woman. There's no way that could be. You don't need a man's look or perceptive at that or perception of any of it. I mean, Emily's got all these. She seems like a girl, but she's got all these wild ideas. They have rights and they should be allowed like out of the house to go and wander. I don't know who or what gave them that impression. And let me tell you, when the 19th Amendment came into play to give women the right to vote, that's when this country went down. I'm just fucking with everyone before they panic and like, is he really
no,
gonna
hold up.
I was
The
getting pretty
only
close to
single
mute,
one
Jeff.
here, yeah, the only single one here is the one with all these views like this.
No, I actually broke things off. Well, I should say I did. I broke things off with
With the homeless lady.
No, not the homeless lady. She's been gone for a while now. I broke
No,
things off.
no, let's dive into that. Paige,
What?
tell us about the homeless lady you dated for a little bit.
Okay, so before anyone goes, how did you get like? So I used to work the night shift at the company I work for now, and so I got off anywhere between 9 at night to 1 in the morning. I don't know if people are going, well, how is that possible? Well, I used to work in the warehouse, so like if orders didn't go out, we just stayed until orders like finished going out, basically. But there was a gas station I passed on my way home every night, and so if I ever needed to grab like dip, energy drinks, fill up on gas, whatever, I would always stop there. That was my go-to gas station, right?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was getting yelled at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but so every time I went in there, it was the same chick that I didn't realize I went to high school with, but she was really cute and short, a half fat old ass, like fucking ass that worked there.
Like a sturdy woman.
Oh, dude. Not sturdy, but like fucking like thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, and then like you gotta do in the background these like double point like that, like, oh, he's right. But yeah, so when I get done, like I talk to her when I stopped in there, like if I got there before the store closed, and then after a while we just kind of like started going out and whatnot. But it was always like way late, so because my house was just literally down the hill and around the corner, so like a quarter of a mile away, we'd always go hang out like where I was at, and we'd end up falling asleep because it was the night shift, and that's just how that works, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't till like way later, like she broke things off. She's like, I'm getting back together with my ex. He's starting to get his shit together. Sorry. I was like, all right, I'm not happy about it, but I get it. Well, come to find out, the reason she always had her dog at work, or always looked like she was moving stuff, or was always asking to use my bathroom and my shower and eat my food, is because she didn't have a place to live. Because like I'd always ask her like, "Oh, where are you going after this?" Or like, "What are your plans for tonight?" And whatnot. She'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go hang out at my friend's house and probably just crash on the couch or whatever if I stay there all night." I was like, "Oh, okay." Where she had like a rotation, like 3 or 4 friends that she would hang out with for a day or two, and then just crash on their couch and then take off, and then go stay at another friend's house. And finally, like, would you fucking stop? Like, we're trying to raise a family, or like do whatever. That's kind of like what ended up happening, is they finally all told her like fuck off, and so then she was seeing me at the time, and so like I became like one of the couches that was like involved with that, you know, except for it was like an actual like bed, and then finally like her ex was like, look, will you come back and clean your shit out? And I guess they talked, and she's like, you know what, I like having like a place to live that's ours, and he's like, this is my apartment in my name, that's why I kicked you out and called the police about everything. And she's like, oh, right on. And then a little bit later, she got kicked out again and had to go live with her sister. So we moved into the new house with Mike, and she stopped by 2 different nights. And I was like, it's just to like hang out the first night, which isn't at all what ended up happening. But she's like, I just want to come over and hang out and see how you're doing. We haven't talked for a while. I was like, all right, whatever, you know. I assumed something came up, and something had come up. She's very upset with the current boyfriend she had, who she's still dating right now, which is beyond me.
It sounds like she's known for making good life decisions.
Dude, solid life decisions, you know. And so, like, because, like, we never, like, went out and, like, did things all the time, and we worked a night shift, it wasn't, like, one of those things where, like, hey, let's go hang out at your house or something. Because I'd always come home, like, fucking dirty, and, like, a work uniform that was, like, covered in dirt and grease and mud and oil. Like, there's just a slew of different things that, like, I could come home covered in because I worked in the warehouse and all the parts are all fucked up.
Semen.
And part of the warehouse was outside. There was a glory hole in one of the bathrooms. It's a fucking disaster. But yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But yeah, so like there was like that like, oh, well, why don't we hang at your house thing never came, because like I'm literally around the corner and your store's about to close, let's just go hang out there. Like one of those like just ease of moving kind of things. And then finally like she took off, and then that's what I kind of like realized after she was talking about everything. And like some of the coworkers I had that I was friends with were like, dude, this chick sounds homeless. I was like, what? No, that's not how that works. No, that's exactly how that works. Fuck, she might be homeless. And then kind of like talked to her. She's like, well, I don't really have a place to live. And I was like, that's homeless. She's like, well, I'm not homeless. That is homeless. Like, well, all my friends are living with them. I'm like, that is so. Oh, you're not under an overpass, but like, yeah, you're homeless. And then this most recent chick that I've been seeing, she broke things up. And the wildest part is not our wild political differences, but mostly the pork thing. But also she's upset that, like, if she joins my family, because she doesn't understand, like, so, like, at family dinners, like, a lot of times, like, when everyone's
Your mom ruined it, didn't she? Your mom ruined it.
Not my mom, but all the women in my family. But not because they're bad people, because they're good people. So, like, she was asking about, like, family dinners, because I was like, well, if you stick around, like, a Christmas dinner or something, you know, or, like, Thanksgiving, whatever kind of thing. And so she's asking about it. It's like, well, usually, like, when we're eating, what ends up happening is, like, the guys will go and, like, set all their plates in the sink, and then the girls will get up, and they'll go and, like, clean the dishes and whatever. But she didn't ask anything beyond that. And so, like, in my mind, I didn't really think to explain it or anything. But, like, so, like, after we set our dishes down, the guys were like, we have, like, little, like, picnic tables and, like, extra chairs that we bring up from the basement. And so we'll close those and, like, take them downstairs, like, put away, like, the little table cover things that they have. But, like, she never asked about that. She's like, so the women just clean everything? And I was like, normally. I mean, like, sometimes I help. It just depends on what's going on. Like, none of this was registering, like, where her specific, like, political or social beliefs kind of landed. But, like, in my head, I just pictured it as, like, oh, the girls clean stuff because the guys usually, like, set up the whole kitchen and everything, and then we take everything down and put it away and whatnot, and then the girls kind of help each other clean whatever. And it's not like it's this crazy, huge, big mess. It's like, okay, here's the 12 plates and the one, like, dish the turkey was sitting in. You know what I mean? And so she messaged me. She's like, hey, I don't think it's going to work. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Why not? And so she sent me this huge message. She's like, you believe in all this stuff, and your family's like ultra conservative and this and that. I was like, my family's not like ultra conservative. It was like, everybody has like a job to do and we do it, but it's not like this is like a preordained because your genitalia and you're this height or whatever, kind of like crazy shit. But I was like, yeah, like normally
Your mom would have sniffed it out. Your mom would have sniffed it out.
Oh, I'm aware that my mom would have been like, oh, you're not going to like be a homemaker. That's not acceptable. But like the bummer about it though was, so whenever I talk to my mom or like anybody and they ask about like what kind of girl I'm looking for, they usually say like Hispanic because they can cook and they got a fat old ass and they've got the fiery personality, or a Jewish girl because typically, and I'm not saying this because it's inoffensive or anti-Semitic, but those communities statistically tend to do better with money, and I fucking love brisket. And you know what community eats brisket a fuckload? The Jewish community. They eat a lot of brisket. I fucking love brisket. It's.
I guess out of all the stereotypes you could have picked for him, you picked the best one.
One more, and then I was like, and then I always talk about Italian or like like España, like Spain, Spanish girl, you know, and she was also Italian because I fucking love pasta, and this shit is delicious.
Yeah,
she checked all three of those boxes, and then finally she's like, "Hey, I don't think it's gonna work. You don't speak Spanish, and your family's ultra." Like,
you don't speak the language I don't know how to speak.
Exactly. No, she's like, are you gonna learn Spanish? I was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna try eventually. I was like, I've just been looking for like different places like learn Spanish. And she's like, oh, what have you found so far? And I was like, well, I found this thing called Sword of a Stone. I thought it was Rosetta Stone, but it's just the knockoff. And all it is Consuelo from Family Guy saying, no. And she's like, that's pretty funny, but also like you need to learn Spanish. And I was like, I can't just like drop money on whatever like thing to learn Spanish. I was like, but also like it helps to have like a teacher like speak Spanish to you. And she's like, well, you don't understand it, so it'd be hard for me to explain it to you. I'm like, that's like the point's lost, but okay. Like this would be a fun activity for the two of us, but you're just yelling at me in Spanish, and I know I'm in trouble, but it sounds really sexy, you know, getting called puta, pero fero all the time. You know.
No, my big thing's been I'm so fucking antisocial and I hate so many people. It's hard, you know. Well, you remember that show Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yeah, I like that show.
Like Emily and I.
Oh.
Eustace and Marion. That's us. And then we got our dog Odie. He's kind of autistic, but
I mean, my dog was too. He got mad at everything. No, dude. But like, the funny thing too is she's like, my friends really like you. You made a really good impression. They're hoping you come around again. I was like, that sucks. But like, so you know what I was asking you guys about, like, the whole like espresso thing, or like the coffee like stream thing the guy could do. That was like one of her friends.
Yeah.
And, like, we talked for 30 seconds, and immediately everyone was like, "You guys are gonna be really." I was like, I like this guy. And he's like, yeah, dude, this guy's really nice. And it was crazy too, because like we're talking for a minute. He's like, yeah, well, I'm from like North Carolina. I was like, well, I lived out there for a little bit. He's like, no, you didn't. And like we're talking about where we live. I guess at two different points in time, we lived less than like 17 miles away in North Carolina. I was like, that's fucking crazy. He's like, I know, it's wild, huh? And then like a lot of her friends would like ask, so, here she comes. She's about to holler at you.
I don't know. Hello. No, she's just done studying.
Okay. She just stopped around up there like, this dumb piece of shit, come up here.
Yeah, so she's like, how long is it going to take? I'm like, yeah, it usually takes like an hour.
What have you been doing down there? Not beating up, just doing the podcast? Like, you were 100% beating up and not doing the podcast. Like,
why is the top of your head so warm? No reason. Why are you wearing one sock?
I've been thinking really hard and I needed a sweatband. Get off my case. There you go, bud. I just came up with the entirety of your masturbation for the rest of your life, if anyone ever asked.
By the way, boys, I finally got my Halloween costume all done.
Oh, I think we're just to get your oil checked, and I was like, good for you, man. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I mean, when it's not by a doctor, it's by someone you love and cherish, and they do nasty things to your body while you do nasty things to their body. But yes.
So, Doof, when you and Kat finally tie the knot, I'm obviously your best man, right?
We'll have this conversation later.
That was pretty long to just say that.
If it's Mitch, I'm gonna be
No, it's
real
not.
upset. Better not fucking be.
Mike, if it makes you feel better, you'll be my best man.
I know I will be, and you're of course gonna be mine.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's between you and one other person.
Well, now I gotta find another person to make you feel uncomfortable and possibly not secure in your friendship.
Doc can be your best man.
I can't tell if she's true because these headphones like cancel out a lot of noise, but I'll ask her, be like, yo, Mike said no to be my best man, and you're the closest person right now, but just say yes, you'll be my best man. She'll be like, okay, why not? And I'll be like,
I
"That's
didn't say
exactly-"
no to being your best man.
Mike said he possibly won't be my best man.
No, I'll for sure be your best man. Just know that you're not for sure going to be mine. You'll be in the people standing up there. You'll either be first or second. It's between you and one
The
other
word is
person.
groomsman. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Groomsman.
I don't get invited to a lot of weddings.
Dude. Like half my family had to get invited to one of my cousin's second weddings because they all kind of like, not told her off, but kind of just like set things out, and she didn't like that at all. Like kind of just spoke a little bit of truth about stuff. And she did not like that, so she not just didn't invite uninvited people for her fucking wedding, and like some of them helped plan the wedding, and she's like, "Don't worry about showing up, you're good. Like you did your job." So now,
No, it's between you and my best friend Taco.
that doesn't make me feel better that his name's Taco. It actually makes me feel a little bit shittier than that person. Well,
That's what we call him.
Trust me, I'm aware. No, I understand that Taco's a nickname, not a real name. What I'm saying is, like, the fact that the dude's called Taco and not, like, a formal name, like, this is James or Jonathan or, like, you know, Kevin. Kevin beats out Taco. Or it's like he's got a real name, we just have it.
Sorry. His name's Christian.
It's not a selling point at this point. If you introduced him as Taco, like if his nickname is the name you introduced him as, then he like that's not an A tier individual. That's not a person that's like got their shit together. Is what I'm saying. You know,
Better than me, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's between you two, so
like
you guys can duke it out. It's a ways away either way, so we don't need to worry about
fair
it.
enough.
People die.
At this point, I think I'm just going to strip club, be like, yo, you want a place to live and like government benefits? And be like, does that mean I don't have to report my tips? Be like, fuck it, why not? And then marry a stripper like after I'm out of the military. Like,
Dude, we're gonna get invited out to Utah here in like a month for a wedding.
Like, why are you marrying her? I'm like, I don't know, but there's a prenup, so I don't give a fuck about anything.
Like the
Turns out
divorce
she gets-
happens, you get half the house. You get the half that Doc lives in.
Where the other screaming bitches, she's like, you can't call me that. Be like, da. Tell her about it. I don't give a fuck anymore. Just put a soundproofing. I'm
my
problem. You get this room and the storage room. Nothing else. You don't go in that front door. My neighbors don't need to see no dumb slut like you. Get the fuck out of here. Like, well, I'm living in the storage room. Like, dude, go ahead. There's already shelves. Pick one. That's your new bed. I don't give a shit anymore. When I holler at you, just throw the rice and the noodles or the pasta sauce or whatever the fuck's back there.
Oh shit. Alright guys, we're running a bit long. Paige, go ahead and sign us on out, bud.
Okay. So I've been practicing, but like not drunk, so it's gonna be a little bit weird. So go ahead and follow us on Twitch. Twitch.com/Militello. The stream's gonna be coming up here pretty soon, so you can get ahead of time. What? Did I get it wrong? Twitch.com/Militello. That's his thing. That's his link to his Twitch. You think I'm wrong?
It's
Oh, is it Twitch.tv? Oh, well, go to that one then. I don't give a fuck. Type in Twitch, and then once you get there, put in /Militello after whatever the fuck the homepage is.
No, once you get to Twitch, you just have to type in Militello.
Oh, damn, it's even easier. Go ahead and do that, boys and girls. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and follow us on, or come and join our Discord. It's TTV Militello. There's no dots in that, which makes it super easy because I'm terrible at punctuation. I don't know if it's invite only. You know what? Spam the phone number and ask for the you can't see I'm doing magic feeds. The link, that's the thing, the invite link. And come hop in. We got spicy memes. We've got people talking in a general chat about nothing, and most of them are all directed at Militello and not this guy. The podcast, you're already listening to it. It's professionally amateur. You can find us on any podcasting platform. I'm talking Spotify, not Apple actually, but Anchor. That's the one that starts with an A. It's like the knockoff Apple. Any major podcasting network you can find us on. Go ahead and let us know. Let your friends know. In case they don't use Spotify for whatever reason, they're stuck in whatever century that doesn't have internet. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook. It's Militello TV. Am I right? I'm pretty close, aren't I? Type in Militello.tv and then just follow us there. Us, great. If not, fuck it. Something else. Follow us on Instagram. It's Militello2. Wait, no, I mixed those up. Militello.tv is our Instagram. Militello2 is our face. No, Militello2. What is Militello2? Is Militello2? Hold on. Skip and skip. I'm skipping both of them.
Dude, can you please help him?
Our YouTube is Militello, just straight up Militello. It's hard as shit to find, so sometimes you gotta type in Militello Gaming, and then it'll come up with our clips. But it's gonna be a lumberjack that doesn't match any of us, except for Doof and Mike, because I don't have that filled-in beard. But I also think that he might have hair, so really he only fits Doof. But Doof doesn't go outside, so it doesn't really match Doof either, because Doof doesn't do anything outside of anything, like any building. Is there any other socials I'm missing? Twitter. All right, so for Twitter, you can follow Doofenshmirtz and capital D underscore oof. That is D underscore O. That's Oscar. Oh, is it zeros?
0.
Fuck, I keep putting in just O's. We went over this last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at this. And then you can follow Mike at Militello2 on Twitters. Is that right? No, is it just Militello? Militello2 on the Twitters.
No,
Yeah,
Militello
you can
2.
check out all the bird shit he's posting. And then you can follow this guy with all 9 followers, the Don Coyote. And it's Coyote, Coyote, the real Coyote, not whatever fancy Italian book about the guy from Spain fighting windmills and all that nonsense. Mike's never read it. Uncultured swine. Dude, how many of those did I fuck up? At least 3.
A lot.
Okay.
Doof, what's that phone number?
That's a great fucking question.
801-231-6047.
Is that
You want
right?
to repeat that again? 231. I forgot the next 3 numbers. I threw it out there and I forgot them immediately.
231-753-6047.
Don't listen to what I said before. I think I said 756, and you're gonna harass some poor old lady in an assisted care facility, and she's
All right.
gonna wonder what dead ass and all kinds of shit means, and why she's getting memes about oil filters and shutting the fuck up is.
Doof, one more time. What's that number?
231-753-6047.
Feel free to give us a call and leave us a voicemail there if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. Or if you just want to let us know how much you hate fucking Doofenshmirtz. Or you can send a text there apparently also, but I prefer you guys leave a voicemail because that makes it way more fucking fun.
Most importantly, though, if you guys support us becoming privateers and buying a battleship, just send a text message or leave a voicemail that says "buy the battleship," and we'll understand completely.
You want to shout out the website page?
Our new webpage, which I don't think will be up, but I'm really hoping so because it's got an amazing 80s background theme, is Militello.tv. No, Militello.live. Militello.live. That's what it is. Ooh. I looked over a little bit while I was working because I had some other stuff going on, but it is a fucking phenomenal looking webpage. I don't know if it does anything. I didn't click on any of the links, but they're there. I mean, it looks like a real website.
So,
If
you guys are having a hard
information, I don't know.
if you guys are having a hard time deciphering all that shit Paige is saying, just go to Militello.live and there's going to be links to all that as well as some awesome Twitch highlights and Twitch trailer video that I worked very hard on with a good bunch of other streamers there, and it'll have their names there on the video also if you guys want to check them out on twitch.tv/ whatever their name says there on the screen as well. But yeah, if you guys go to Militello.live, you're going to have the links to all my social medias there as well. Good job, Paige. Right now, we're working real hard. I'm in the talks with a few other podcasters about getting them as special guests on our podcast. And that movie review, as soon as I get some more details on that, I'll give you guys give them a shout out there, so you guys can know where to find that to hear what I think about movies. It should be fun.
One movie in particular.
Yeah, I'm only gonna be there for one. As of right now, it's only gonna be one. And I've heard how proper. Hopefully, they have a censor button because they do not swear at all. So it'll probably only be one episode I'm on for. But you got to have some fun while you're there.
Maybe they'll give you like a little buzzer you can press when you swear. Like right before when you feel it coming on, you can just hit like buzz.
Like the Target Easy button. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow, that's a swear. No, wow, that's inappropriate.
All right, guys. I want to thank you all for stopping by so much. As always, you guys have been sexy. I've been Miltello. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.